Hi everybody, thanks for joining me for another tutorial in Melinda's Rubber Room. I'm Melinda Pierce and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today to show you how to put together the cards from the March card kit in the mail that I just sent out in the mail. I think it was last week. So for those of you who have purchased the card kit in the mail, you should have received them by now, or you will shortly. If you have not purchased the card kit in the mail yet, you can check out Melinda's Rubber Room on Facebook. That's www.facebook.com/Melinda's Rubber Room. And you can get notification on April's card kit in the mail. So I will be posting that shortly, and hopefully you can take advantage of that card kit. That card kit will include some fun folds. So if you enjoy doing fun folds, you might enjoy that card kit. March's card kit was also fun folds. So I'm going to point you down to my work surface so you can see what cards were included in that kit and how to put them together. So my card kits in the mail do come out every month, and they include all the materials to do the card kits. They do not include stamped images. Stampin' Up! Does not allow us to do card kits in the mail in that fashion. So what I do is I put together all of the materials to make the cards, and then you can supplement the card kits with your own stamped images and embellishments and things like that. I do include some embellishments in mine, in my card kits, but you might want to make your own embellishments as well. So this is the first card that's in the March card kit in the mail. It is an Aero fold card, and let me show you how your kit would come. Oh, and also if you do buy the card kit in the mail, you will receive an envelope like this, and it does have a number down here, down on the bottom, and that indicates it's the year 2021, and it's the third month, so it's 21003. That indicates it's the March card kit in the mail. I do that so that if you get behind in putting together your card kits in the mail, you can go back and watch the appropriate YouTube video on how to put your card kit together. So this is the supply. This is all the supplies to make this card kit, or this card. Oops. So you can see I've already done all the fancy folds for you, so it makes it pretty easy to put these together. This Aero part does need to be glued down, but I leave it unglued so that you can see how to make that fold on your own if you want to. So you can measure how far in I've made my first score line and how far up I go to make my score line. So you can figure all that out and recreate it if you want. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue these folds down. They're brand new glue, and for some reason the glue is like really hard to squeeze out. So you want to just make sure that these folds are nice and tight, so that it doesn't create too much bulk in your card, in your envelope. So I'm just putting glue right down into that fold. I sure hope it's the glue that's hard to get out and not a sign that my hands are losing strength, which is quite possible. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over, and I'm just going to glue these flaps down. And I'm also going to put a little bit of glue on this back side of this other flap. Thankfully, with the Tombow glue, you don't need a whole lot of glue for it to stick. Okay, and I'm going to be using my silicone mat here. It's just to protect my work surface, and that way if I get any glue on my work surface, I can just wipe off my silicone mat. Okay, so I think that Aero is all glued down into place. So now I have this piece here that's going to fit on the front of my card. So you'll notice that the designer series paper is a little bit different than my original one. And I do comment on that when you're signing up for my card kits in the mail. Sometimes I don't have enough designer series paper of exactly the one that's the sample. So I do try to find ones that still coordinate with the card. So this designer series paper is all from the Dragonfly designer series paper pack called Dandy Garden, and it has all these great little designs in there that coordinate with the Dragonfly punch and stamp set. So you can see that side would look nice as well. I think I'm going to go with the yellow though, just to create a little bit more of a contrast. Oh, glue just started to flow. Well, that'll make it easier going forward. Hopefully that glue won't all squirt out on the sides of my triangle. This fold is kind of fun because it looks like it's really tricky, and but it's really not that difficult. It's just these score lines here that make it difficult. And it does stand up when it's completed. So it's a nice little fold that's a little bit different. Okay, so now you're going to take your white cardstock, and if you're going to stamp a greeting on this, I would probably stamp it before you attach it to the inside. But you do want to make sure that your greeting is really centered on that white section, because some of that is going to be covered up with your other triangles. Okay, and then we're going to take these other triangles and place them like that. So these two triangles and this piece here were all cut from the same designer series paper. You can kind of see that all I had to do was cut the designer series paper into, let's see, this is 4 by 5 1/4. Find the center part and then just cut down, and then you have the triangle for the top as well as the triangles for the side. But if you bought the kit, it makes it much easier. So I've already done all that measuring for you. Plus, if you do want to make other ones, you can just take the pieces that I've already cut and kind of reverse engineer it and make additional ones from the supplies that I have provided. So I did put a couple embellishments on the top using the Dragonfly stamp set and the coordinating punch. So that uses the Dragonfly Garden, which is in the current mini catalog from Stampin' Up. So it uses these two dragonflies, and then you punch them out using this punch here. Okay. So that's what you would do to attach. You would just attach those there. I do provide a little sentiment tag that you can add here. I did make it a little bit longer than it needed to be, but that way, if you need to, you can always. I don't know what size thank you or salutation you have, so I made it a little bit longer. Okay, and then you do have a few extra little embellishments here. I'm going to stick these on my card even though I don't have my dragonflies yet, just so that I don't lose them. And obviously you can put whatever you want on the top. If you have birds or butterflies or whatever, you can decorate those on the top as well. Okay, so that is the angle fold card. Okay, this is going to be the next card. And again, I've done all the folds for you. And what happens is this stands up by itself as well. And it's just kind of a fun, different type of fold. And it does fold all the way flat once it's put together. So you can put it in an envelope. The finished size is a little bit larger than a standard envelope. So I have one that's a little bit bigger than the regular envelope. And if you wanted to, you could do some writing back here as far as your greeting goes. You could do that on the back side. Okay, so let me show you the supplies you get for that one. So here is your piece of cardstock that's all cut down to size and folded for you, scored for you. So again, you can go ahead and measure your score lines and reproduce that if you want. So all I'm doing is gluing these two inside panels together. So this section here is going to be glued to this section here, and that's how it's going to fold down on itself. You do want to go ahead and fold it all down to make sure it's adhered nice and tight. Like so. That's basically the base of your card. Like so. And then I have the Designer Series paper cut already. And this Designer Series paper is from the Fine Art Floral Designer Series paper. And really gorgeous paper. It's also in the mini catalog. You can tell it's well loved because I only have a few scraps left of it. It's very pretty paper. So you have your choice as to which way you want your design to go, depending on, you know, if the pattern has an upside or a downside. I think that one's going to go like that. It has a little bud here, and I want that facing up on the card. And it's easier if this is lying flat when you're attaching your pieces. So you could actually put it in the card lying flat like this as well. It's really up to you how you prefer to put it in your envelope. Might be more fun for somebody to open it up with it all folded in on itself, instead of receiving it like this and wondering how it goes. Might be more fun to receive it like that, and then they have to open it in order to get it to stand up. Okay, and then I also have the little butterfly that goes on the front. There's my sample again. I have that put together, and this is from the new butterfly stamp set, Butterfly Brilliance. This is a brand new stamp set. It will be in the upcoming catalog, but you can purchase it early now. So you get all these beautiful butterflies all on one stamp like that. And then you get all of these dies. So this is the detailed die that was used for this. And then this one here was cut out from this die here, the large die, like that. So this large die is great because you can just put it down on your piece of paper and cut out whichever butterfly you want, or you can cut out all 5 of them, 6 of them all at one time. So this is a great set. I love it. And I love the detail on all those butterflies. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure this lines up. I'm not sure if one side is different than the other. Pretty close. Looks like I missed a few of the little things that need to be popped out. So you might want to just double check that. I think I got most of them out when I put the envelopes together. So this is one of the times that it's great to have a silicone mat, because if you have any extra glue that's being applied to your die, it's just going to come out onto your silicone mat and won't make a big mess on your work surface. Usually have more control over the Tombow glue. I don't know what it is with this particular one, but you know, us stampers, we're not going to get rid of something if it still has glue in it. We're going to fight through it. Okay, I'm just going to stick that right on top of the white one. It's so pretty. The detail on that die is just gorgeous. Okay, and then we are just going to take a dimensional and raise that butterfly up a little bit. And I'm just going to put it right down the center. The dimensional is right down the center of that butterfly. And I want to make sure that I can still fold it up. So I'm just going to put the dimensionals right there on the edge. Like so. And then when it opens up, it'll be right there, right in the center. So that butterfly is giving it a little bit more weight in the front, so you have to open it up a little bit more just to balance out the weight of the card. Okay, so there is the finished card. All right, got one more to go. This one is a little bit more complicated. This one here. Again, I did all the complicated folds and cuts and everything, so shouldn't be too bad to put it together. And there's only one image that is stamped, so this will be a pretty quick card as far as not having to do too much after it's put together. Okay, let me make sure that I can keep track of all these pieces. So I know that these two get attached right there on the inside. I think I'm going to change over to some tape. So this paper that I'm using, the Designer Series paper, is the Peony set. Peony paper. It's gorgeous, gorgeous paper. Also in the, this is in the main catalog. It's called Peony Garden Designer Series paper. This paper will be retiring at the end of April. The end of April. The new catalog comes out in May. So if you would like this paper, make sure you get it on order soon, because once it's gone, it's going to be gone for good. So you can see it's all of that the pinkish color and grays colors, which look gorgeous together. Those are actually my wedding colors 30 years ago. Pinks and grays. Kind of more peach, but that is kind of what this is too. It's more on the peachy pink side. Okay, so I'm just trying to center this, make sure all my margins are pretty even all the way around. And then these three pieces go together. That's going to be this top part. I need to decide if I want the grays or the pinks showing. That's a tough choice. And same with these ones that go here. So the white panels go on top of there, and then this goes here. I really like this this print, so I think I'm going to go with that. I'm just going to go with the peach or pink all the way across. End up getting those covers from my dimensionals all over the house. My husband can attest to that. Okay, so then these panels go ahead and be taped down. If you want the white margin all the way around on these panels, you can go ahead and trim that designer series paper down a little bit. Okay, and then these will be attached like so. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the pinks on both sides. So when you're attaching these squares or diamonds, you're only going to attach it to one side of that fold so that they can move. So this will only be attached on this side of that fold. Okay, and you'll leave this side not attached to anything, and that way it'll be free moving on you like that. Okay, go ahead and glue this one together too. All right, let's just do a quick test fit to make sure that this is going to all line up perfectly. So I think I'm going to glue my my square down so that it meets right up with the white part of my designer series paper. And again, I'm only gluing that one part down, the one side. Same with this one. Again, just matching it up with the white part of the panel. Okay, so now this folds in like so. So pretty. All right, so this is the little triangle piece that's on the inside here. It has a little fold line on here, so we're just going to fold that back. I'm going to take the white triangle and adhere that. This would make a really pretty wedding card, I think. Just these really soft hues. Although maybe I'm partial because it was my wedding colors. Anybody married in the 80s could probably relate to that. Okay, so then we are going to attach this triangle using this surface here as our attachment point. I'm going to put some tape here. I would probably use glue on this just because it'll be more secure. And you're just going to attach it just on the left side of your fold line. Whoops, it's different than my design. Sorry. You're going to want this attached with the arrow or the point facing to your right. And then again, attach it right along the center. Okay, so now when you open it up, this arrow should kind of open up with it, like so. All right, and now we have just a few more pieces. This is for your greeting, so you would want to go ahead and stamp that before you attach your white. That gets attached in the center. And we've got these itty bitty triangles. So the white gets attached to the gray. And then your designer series paper gets attached on top of that. Can't believe the catalog is actually going to be retired soon. It's a shorter year than usual because the catalog normally retires in June. Or retires at the end of May, I guess. And now it's retiring at the end of April. But it's always exciting to see what the Stampin' Up! Comes up with. Okay, so this triangle will get attached to the white part of your margins. So this one is going to be attached right here next to the white. So on my card kits in the mail, I will always post a YouTube video on how to put the cards together. That will usually be done about a week after I sent them out so that you can view it after you receive your cards. And they are saved on my YouTube channel, so you can always go back and refer to them. Alrighty, there is my finished card. Lots of fun, lots of detail, something different. Alright, hope you enjoyed that tutorial on how to put together the card kits in the mail. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on my YouTube channel or on Facebook. On Facebook, you can find me at www.facebook.com/Melinda's Rubber Room. You can leave your messages there. And if you'd like to make any purchases from Stampin' Up!, I would be happy to be your demonstrator and support your purchasing needs. So you can reach me at my online store at www.melindapierce.stampinup.net. And I would be happy to help you out. All right, thanks for joining me, and we will see you soon.